Hey, this is Chris at Vinyl Talk. So this will be another episode of I Buy Old Records. I buy little old records. So this is going to be all 7 inches that I bought over the last few months. Some of them were locally sourced from antique malls. Later on, I'll show some ones I got off a seller on Discogs. Um, and so let's get into our little records. So the first couple were 50 cents each. They were on sale. So we got some Juice Newton, Queen of Hearts. So I like the songs with the card playing references. River of Love as the B side. And then we've got this uh, Waylon Jennings record. It was billed as just Waylon. So, Lucille, you won't do your daddy's will. And then on the back is a medley of several of his hits from throughout his career. So it's like a little tiny best of Waylon Jennings record. Um, and then some other ones I got for $1 each. So now I own a Dwight Yoakam, Honky Tonk Man, a song called Miner's Prayer on the other side, and then the label's in pretty terrible shape, but this is Hanky Panky by Tommy James and the Shondells on Roulette Records. The label on the B side's in better shape, a song called Thunderbolt. I'd also gotten a Crystal Gale single with Silver Bells and I think Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. I sent it out to somebody as VCLT, so I don't have that anymore. And then I bought several singles off of Discogs from a seller named Taper Wayne. There's one blind buy in it, but most of them aren't. So I'm starting to at least delve a little bit into 50s rock and roll. So I got a couple of Bill Haley and the Comet singles, or really they're EPs because they have 4 songs each on these Decca 45s. So Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Of course, Rock Around the Clock from Happy Days fame. And then the other one has the main song was Dim Dim the Lights, Birth of the Boogie. But again, so I have a total, both of those have 4 songs on them. And then the rest of the selection was more alternative music based. And so I own a lot of Dinosaur Junior records. I now own a Dinosaur record. And so this is, well, it's by Jay and Lou and Murph. It's old school where the band was originally called Dinosaur. Another pre-existing band with that name said you can't have it, and so the Dinosaur Junior got added on. So this is an early press because the Junior hasn't been added yet. I've got this Hagfish, cool label, and a pretty cool. So if you don't know Hagfish, they were kind of a mid '90s punk band. If you liked groups like I'd say like Rancid and No FX, you would probably like Hagfish. Let me try to not throw my Hagfish on the ground. All right. As I delve around, I'll come back to the blind buy here a little bit later. Off of SST Records, we've got Swa with Arroyo and Optimist. So I see Swa described as like jazz rock punk. I don't really get the jazz part of it. They're also oftentimes called the worst group ever on SST Records, which I don't think I believe either. That would be a pretty high. We got a couple of promos of some bands I've talked about before. The Mysteries of Life, we have this Clear promo with Going Through the Motions. Kind of their best song, their single on one side, and then a couple songs on the other side. I don't remember if those songs were on the full-length CD or not. I don't think they were. Also, The Fluid, which was a cool sort of grunge era band from Denver. White promo. And then this one has the same song on both sides. This song, On My Feet. And then the last one I'm going to show is going to be the Blind Buy. And so this Blind Buy was this record from, I believe, either 1992 or 1993. Tiny little print. It's 1993 on Ace Delica Records. The group is called Mind Grinder. The songs are called Manpower and This Old Head. We'll show you the sleeve. We have the sleeve as well. Mind Grinder. And I was kind of intrigued because I was like, this is a Boston era alternative band from the early 90s that I'd never heard of. And I was kind of into that particular scene. And then when I listened to it, I thought, this sort of sounds like sort of a melding of Mission of Burma and X. The X part coming because, so two of the three members, Jim Keppel, guitar and vocals, Diane Bergamasco, bass and vocals, so you have male and female vocals. So obviously that reminds you of John and Maxine from X. We got a drummer as well. But musically probably more like Mission of Burma than X, besides for the fact that you have the male-female vocals. And then when I did a little bit of research into the band, I found out that Diane had been the girlfriend of Peter Prescott from Mission of Burma, and then some of the later bands as well. I think Jim Keppel had been like in the crew. So these people were sort of contemporaries and were associated with the people from Mission of Burma and the subsequent bands like Volcano Suns. There was another band called Busted Statues that Diane was in before this. And so that was kind of fun. And so those are my latest pickups in terms of little old records.